Megha Mathur is an acting graduate from Shriram Center for Performing Arts, Delhi. She's been associated with theatre since 2014, and she now works in cinema, web series, and the theatre circuits of Mumbai. And Megha, as we were just talking earlier, the film has everybody has gray shades. There's nobody in the film who's completely black or completely white. So you've been somebody who's acted in theatre as well. Tell me about how you played this particular role and what was your most intense experience or what did you learn from the set of Joram?
Um, so initially, when I was offered this character, I mean, I was supposed to, I was introduced about this world was through this short film that Devashish had made called Cycle, and that sort of gave me an introduction to the world that I was signing up for, and the moment I watched that film, I really wanted to be a part of it, and yeah, that was something that actually pushed me to go and take a step forward and sort of try to understand the world that I'm probably not aware of. I have been raised in like when I was little, I used to go and visit my grandparents who used to stay in Koraput. But and I used to meet the people there and the local and the tribals there. But I wasn't really aware what it takes to sort of deal with the situation and what we are advocating and sort of kind of understand uh, the life they are currently living. So I just took a little trip to Dumka, which is in Jharkhand, and I stayed with a local there, with a tribal family there, for a couple of days. And I live like I tried to understand what exactly is the situation. I mean, what does it feel to be a part of them? But I mean, no matter how much you try, you can't really be a part of that. They are
Mhm.
very, very sweet, but what they're coming with is very intrinsic and very deep rooted. So they were very sweet to actually, welcome me and make me a part of their daily routine. And I got to observe them closely, but that sort of gave me a little bit of idea of how grounded they are, and they just don't
Mhm.
need anything else. Development and all of these things, the capitalistic economy that we are living in is also, I mean, it's just made, and we are thriving on it for some reason. I don't know. The life is much sorted. If back in village,
Mhm.
they just did
Mhm.
not need anything. They would sleep early. They would wake up early. They had their own farms. They were they had their rice and everything. So coming from a urban city like Delhi, I come from Delhi. So I was like, I really needed that. So it was my little takeaway from. I couldn't really contribute much to the film that way, but it was just something that I wanted to sort of mold inside me and to be able to understand or deliver, at least contribute to the film as much as I can. So I did that and I came back and I just also something that I always get involved in is the ahar of the character. So I was curious about what my character will be looking like. She would be, because it was very difficult to crack for Bidesi what she would be. I mean, she's young and she comes from tribal and she's representing Pulokarma, that company, and she wears her tribalness on her sleeves, but she's young, so she has the access to technology. She sees the world around. What is she exactly standing up for? And there was an inherent questioning that she was doing. So all the backstory that Devashish had given me, it had so many gray shades of, she was she was obviously she revered Pulokarma, but then she was also very conflicted about what she stands for, and she doesn't really abide by the violence probably sometimes, but also she has to do something. So there was always a tussle between her and the fact that she had so much access, and there was so many layers to. I mean, Videsi was like given so many backstories, like a proper backstory with her father, how her relationship with I'm sorry, Babulal Karma was. I mean, Babulal Karma was Pulo Karma's husband, and when
Mhm.
she was little, she used to travel with them in the car to the city, and she used to see the city, and she was lured with the idea of living the life like that, that luxury and everything. So, but when she would come back, she would be in the village, and she was supposed to go to the a school which was far away, and And the intention of the of Babulal Karma of Videsi's father was to send her far away so that she can get education, which makes her mix up with the crowd. But she was ridiculed while she was there. The kids would call her Videshi lagdi hai. Like that was the way she was mocked. And that's how she gets the name Videsi. Her real name is Tuya, but she gets mocked by being called Videshi. So all of those stories kept on, working for me, and it was very interesting. And every time I was there on set, the there was a very organic flow of energy that was happening among everybody on set, because everybody was so committed to the subject of the film that it was very free flowing, and we were deriving out of each other's energies. I remember there was one scene, the last scene, wherein Pulo Karma is in the car and she is getting shot, and there was one scene where I had to just walk from that. I hear the gunshot and I have to walk towards her, because I get driven that, oh, everything in my world is completely devastated. I don't have anything to go. And there was a walk that I took, and I had to go towards my father, and my father was coming towards me. My father is somebody who's he's not he can't hear. He's deaf in the film. So that actor, when he got the brief of how I am feeling, and I walked towards him after the shot, I saw him tear up, well up. He was welling up, and things like small things like these would sort of pump me up and make me sort of commit more to the film and my work. It was amazing. And also to see Devashish, how he was on set. There were very like Anupama was making sure that all the actors was getting the umbrella, and because it was scorching heat, 48 degrees temperature, it was crazy.
Wow.
But there were times when we would see that Devashish was, he was running here and there, and so there were times when we would like, just take the umbrella," and he would like, "No, I don't need it," because he was so much in the flow, and I was like, "Oh my god, look at that!" And there was so much deriving from that energy as well. So it was just the continuous energy flow, which was amazing, and it kept me going all throughout very seamlessly. It was that kind of an experience.
Great.
Yeah.
Hearing you speak also is giving us a good idea of what the experience must have been like. So thank you for sharing that. You are one, I think, one of the youngest people on the set, I think, in this film. So what are
Perhaps, yeah.
what are your aspirations for gender portrayal in Bollywood that you'd like to see and that you'd like to be a part of?
Yeah, that's a question that I've been actually asking myself lately, ever since Jordan happened. Yeah, I've been observing things like the films that came along with ours. I observed that, and that got me actually reminded of the fact that the kind of films that actually make a lot of money, or a lot of they become a hit, or they are termed as a success, are generally not women oriented. I mean, we don't see that often. uh, the fact that I was actually thinking that I actually went back and started listing the films that are made wherein the female protagonists are in the front, and the male protagonists, let's call them the stars or whoever. One of them was Dear Zindagi. I love the fact that Shah Rukh Khan came and he supported the female protagonist. That story was all about Alia's character, and he was there as a supporting lead. And I loved how it worked. The story was Hadi highlight, and he was just getting into the fabric so well, and it was just amazing story. So I think stories like this and films like these should be made, and I really wish that more of the stars, or the people who have big responsibilities, the male protagonists, who feel that they have they are the showrunners, or probably they are the ones who on whom the money gets invested on, and uh, I think if they start to sort of support the female lead and female oriented stories, it's going to be a great mix, because I still feel that we are working. I mean, Makija Film is working towards making a very female oriented, female rich, or equally balanced kind of a story, and a working environment. But and it's happening in capsules. It's not just happening in the bigger lens, and it's rightly put, it's the reflection of our society. People are not willing to watch something of that sort if they don't see. the pre-existing men supporting something of this sort. So I think I really wish that that kind of I really wish to have a world of cinema and the place where we get the support of the main stars or the A-listers to sort of
Mm,
actually come in and support the stories than just
mm.
them be on the cover of that sort. I don't know. This is something that I've recently come up with after seeing this. So yeah, Piku being one of them, and Dear Zindagi, and
Yes,
all of these
Piku as
stories.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.